I was auditing a new client's previous outbound campaigns to see why things hadn't worked for them in the past, and I found one massive mistake that was costing them tens of thousands. The crazy part, they were doing almost everything right. Sharp targeting, great copy, good deliverability. They were getting positive replies. Prospects were actually saying, yes, I'm interested. But their pipeline was a ghost town, 0 meetings booked. And believe it or not, the culprit was a tiny, devastating habit. They were waiting 2, sometimes 3 days to reply to these warm leads. In their minds, they were just busy. But to the prospect, that delay signals you're not serious and kills every ounce of momentum. So, in this video, we'll break down why this happens, what that slow response is really costing you, and how a simple, rapid response system can transform your ROI. I'm Kevin Patrick, co-founder of Astris Partners. We're the leading outbound business development firm for growing B2B companies. We've generated our clients over 8 figures in qualified pipeline and 7 figures in brand new revenue purely from our outreach. So let's dig into what was happening with this client, because I bet it sounds painfully familiar. So they had a really great outbound system. They had a hyper-targeted list and, to be fair, a good email sequence. And the numbers looked decent. Their reply rate was around 3%, which when you compare to the industry standard of 0.7%, it's good. And their positive reply rate was about 30%, which means that out of every 1,000 emails, there were dozens of people that were raising their hand with interest. But that's where the machine broke down. A positive reply would land in their inbox and just sit there, sometimes for 24, often 48 or even 72 hours. The sales team had a batching mentality whereby they were setting aside a block of time on a Wednesday and a Friday, I think it was, to catch up on cold emails. And by the time they replied, great to hear, how about a call? Nothing. The lead was gone, the momentum was dead. They failed to get that a reply to a cold email isn't a task to schedule later. It's a live opportunity with a brutally short shelf life. The average response time was 42 hours. That's a shockingly but common and devastating mistake. And to understand why a 48-hour delay is a deal killer, you have to get inside the prospect's head. When they reply to your cold email, the problem you solve is potentially top of mind. Their interest is at its absolute peak, and they are maximally receptive to your solution. This is a golden window, and the research is staggering. A landmark study found that contacting a lead within the first minute can increase conversions by 391%. But if you just wait 30 minutes, your odds of qualifying that lead can decrease by 21 times. Not 21%, 21 times. When you reply in under 5 minutes, you get a wow factor. The prospect is impressed. It frames you as professional, efficient, and serious. It also taps into reciprocation. By respecting their time, they feel a subconscious need to reciprocate by engaging with you. Now, what message does a 48-hour delay send? It screams, "You're not my priority." It replaces the image of an agile company with one that's slow and indifferent. In an age of instant everything, it allows doubt to creep in. They start thinking, if they're this slow when they're trying to win my business, what will their customer service be like? The damage is immediate and, unfortunately, often irreversible. Just to be clear, I am not talking about the time between your automated follow-ups. No. Waiting 2 to 3 days there is a standard practice. I'm talking about the time it takes you to personally reply after a prospect shows interest. So, what happens in that 48-hour gap? The world. The prospect gets pulled into meetings, their boss drops a project on them, and hundreds of other emails bury yours. I think of their interest as like a hot coal. I remember a mentor previously saying this to me. When they reply, it's glowing red. A fast response is like adding oxygen. You turn a spark into a fire. A 48-hour delay is like leaving that coal in the rain. The emotional urgency is gone. And during that delay, if your competitors are in their inbox, and if one of them responds quickly, they have won. Some data shows that as high as 78% of B2B deals go to the first company that responds. By waiting, you're not just letting a lead go cold, you're gift wrapping them for your competition. After 48 hours, your reply feels like a new interruption. The context is lost and you're making the prospect do the hard work of restarting a conversation that you started and that you let die. Okay, if you're getting some value out of this and maybe feeling a sudden urge to check your inbox, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We put out content like this every week to help you and your team turn outreach into actual revenue. So now for the good news. This is one of the easiest, highest impact problems you can fix today. The solution isn't being chained to your inbox, it's building a system. So here's a simple 4-part framework. First, the mindset shift. Your team must understand that a positive reply is a high priority sales activity, treated like a live event, not a to-do item. The goal, respond in under 5 minutes. Second, a dedicated process. Instead of batching replies weekly, implement a inbox suite, right? These are 10-minute sprints focused only on replying to interested prospects a few times per day. This ensures no leads ever sit for more than a couple of hours. Third, use your technology. Your sales stack should work for you. You should set up immediate notifications and push them to a dedicated Slack channel. You can even use AI agents to instantly send time slots and availability while the lead is still hot. And fourth, and most importantly, I think, is prep your replies. High quality templates ready to go. You should have one for someone, say, asking for info, one for booking a call, one for an objection or the main objections. This lets you respond in seconds, making a sub 5-minute response time actually scalable. My client's huge mistake wasn't about laziness. It was a fundamental misunderstanding of momentum. They thought a lead was a static name on a list. But an interested lead isn't an object. It's a fragile moment in time. They were winning the battle for attention, but losing the war for conversion. Speed isn't a courtesy. It's a core strategy. A landmark Harvard Business Review study found the average company's lead response time was 42 hours, with 23% never responding at all. Now, while that study is from 2011, the problem persists today. And I see it all the time with companies. The bar is shockingly low. By simply being faster than everyone else, you gain an almost unfair competitive advantage. So my challenge to you is this. For 1 week, this week, track your team's lead response time. Don't guess, measure it. If you find delays of hours, let alone days, you've just found the biggest, easiest leak to fix in your sales funnel. And if you want to build a truly world-class outbound system that actually generates revenue, my team and I can help. There's a link in the description to book a free strategy call with me. Don't wait, click the link and let's get your pipeline filled. I'll see you in the next video.